Hello guys. Well, I am taking care of a couple of errands and I want to talk to you guys because the video that I did a couple days ago kind of reminded me of the idea for this video. And I will try to cut anytime I cough. I'm still dealing with a cough. It's so annoying, but it is what it is. What I want to talk about today is the fact that two things can be true at the same time. And I know that that seems like a really simple concept to a lot of people, but I think it's something that the internet misses so often. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because of the last Dr. D Dozen video that I did discussing how Alicia sent this C&D to the Dad Challenge podcast and how I felt like they're both wrong. I feel like he shouldn't be sued. I think that a lawsuit or a C&D or whatever is stupid. Do I think that his content is disgusting sometimes? Yeah, I do. But I can also say that I disagree with Alicia trying to silence him with a lawsuit. I think a lawsuit is the wrong way to go. I think that it's being blown way out of proportion. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with YouTubers suing each other because they disagree with content being made against them. Now, if, like I've said before, if the content is against terms of service for that platform, then that's a completely different conversation, because you still need to abide by the terms of service. You don't have to be doing something illegal to be breaking terms of service for that platform. And on YouTube, as well as many other platforms, they have guidelines for bullying. You can't, make fun of someone's physical appearance in a really grotesque way and still be within the lines of terms of service. That's just how it works. One of the things that a lot of people missed in my video is the fact that I can think that two things are wrong at once. I don't have to pick a side. I don't have to be on this side or that side, or this person is right and this person is wrong. In this situation, I think that both people are wrong. I can be against the exploitation of children on YouTube and still not like the Dad Challenge podcast. I can be against Alicia oversharing and still be against people bullying her for the way that she looks. And I know that a lot of people stand on the message of, oh, she's such a terrible person, so she deserves this treatment. I disagree. I don't have to agree with that, and I don't think that Alicia is a good person because of the amount of oversharing and exploiting that she's done with these kids. I don't think she's a good person, but that also means that I can still say, discuss her actions without dragging her across the damn internet. I just don't think that you have to be on one side or the other. Something else that I wanted to say is that a lot of people were in the comments of that video saying, oh, well, I like both of you guys. That's fine. Nobody, and I have never on my channel ever said, you definitely shouldn't watch this person and you should watch me instead. I'm here for people to watch whomever it is that they feel like watching. If I talk about family vloggers and you want to watch family vloggers, that is your decision. If I talk about a Christian influencer like Brittany Dawn and you happen to watch Brittany Dawn, that's fine. I am not here to dictate or tell anyone that they absolutely are just like pieces of shit if they consume content from the people that I'm talking about. You are free to do what you want to do. I'm just here to have a discussion about things that I come across online. My message on my channel has never been that I'm trying to stop this or stop that or whatever. I'm not here to claim that I'm going to try to save the day through my content, that all it's doing is making me richer. Okay? I am here to have a conversation, talk to people that want to talk. If you just want to listen, that's cool too. If you want to unsubscribe and never look at my face again, that's fine too. I'm not here to beg for validation or beg for people to accept my channel. Those who like it, and those that don't. It's all good. But the one thing that I will say is, I think that there are some people out there whose personal hatred for Alicia has grown and morphed into something that is dark and terrifying. And the amount of justification that some of y'all will do as to why it's okay that she is, you know, talked about like she's some kind of like evil creature is a little bit scary. Bullying her and talking about her looking this way or looking that way, that is not going to stop her from oversharing about her kids. I talked about this over a year ago. You cannot bully anyone to do better. If you actually want people to do better, you have to speak to them like they're a human being. Because we are all human. We all think kind of alike. To a certain degree, we all think alike. And if someone's going to come to me and talk to me like I'm a piece of shit, I'm not going to listen to them. Now, if someone wants to come to me and say, hey, you know, I want to have a conversation, and they're not here to, you know, act like a 7th grade bully on the schoolyard, I'm more apt to listen to that person. But my whole point is, two things can be true at once. I can disagree with Alicia and her content and her oversharing, but I can also disagree with people who are name-calling her and speaking badly about her. And as I said, I am always here for people not oversharing, not exploiting, not sharing medical info. All the things that I have said about Doherty Dozen remains true. I stand by my words that I have said about the red flags that I have seen. But I'm also mature enough to know that talking about her like she's a piece of crap and veiling it as snark or comedy is not going to further my message. And if the last thing I want to say, because I want this video to be easy to digest for those that want to listen to it, the last thing that I'll say is, Dad Challenge Podcast has been catfished before through sources. So let's just say that this source is someone who was in and around the Doherty household, and they gave him some information. First of all, how is he really able to confirm that this is not someone who just hates Alicia and is saying stuff or taking a photo that looks incriminating and then saying, oh, this is what actually happens? There's just no way for people to truly confirm what might be happening there. Now, secondly, let's say that we're going to err on the side of caution and go forward with, okay, these photos make sense. This is really bad. This is really scary. Why should that be a part of a monetized YouTube video? It's not trauma for tea. You know, chaotic trauma is not for consumption. In that case, if there are really serious things going on, then that is a situation where even if y'all think that CPS sucks, I still don't think that it should be part of a monetized YouTube video when we're constantly talking about protecting kids, not embarrassing them, not oversharing, not exploiting. But you can take something that you think might be happening and use it as part of your content. It just makes zero sense. None of it makes sense. If it's something that serious, it should go to the authorities. It should not be put up on a YouTube video with a clickbaity title and some insane thumbnail There are certain things that just belong offline, period. And that's how I feel about it. There are so many things to criticize Alicia about. I fully agree with that. I don't think that she has done a whole lot right, and that's my opinion. But at the same time, if we're going to really get down to business here and, you know, allege that something serious is going on, I just don't think that it belongs in a YouTube video so that your followers can consume what could be one of these kids' trauma. Trauma isn't tea. We've talked about this for ages on YouTube. Trauma isn't tea. It's not entertaining. It is not for part of, you know, some video to make that creator more wealthy. I think it's disgusting. And as we know, people for ages have been using trauma as tea to make themselves more wealthy. And I'm never going to change my stance on that. I'm never going to come out and say, oh, well, in this situation, it's okay, and that one, it's wrong. I just don't agree with trauma being put out onto the internet when your message is that these kids should be protected, which they should be. What could be part of their trauma going on behind the scenes does not belong on YouTube. It belongs with the proper authorities, not as part of a monetized YouTube video, and I'm not going to change my stance on that. That's how I feel. It is just so funny how, you know, I have tried to remain in the middle and come at this as, you know, level-headed as I can to talk about these things, because I know that my audience is interested in the Doherty stuff, and I've tried to handle it with, not with kid gloves, because Alicia doesn't deserve to be handled with kid gloves, but I've tried to have mature conversations around it, and it's just so funny to me how I'm still the bad guy, I'm still the bully, I'm still the one causing trouble, and it just reminds me of how ignorant, hypocritical, and stupid the internet can be a lot of times. And I know that most of my audience is not in that category. But that's how I feel about it. That has been my experience as a creator, talking about the Doherty stuff, and, you know, over the last couple of months, kind of watching this stuff unfold. That has been my feeling, my experience, my emotions around this. It's not been a good time. It's not been fun, you know. Do I like having these conversations? I do. But it just makes me laugh how once we really get down to the serious stuff, I take the stance of the kids should be protected and the parent should not be bullied. And somehow I'm the bad guy. It just makes me laugh. But either way, I wanted to vent about that for a few minutes this morning. I understand that most of you guys get it, but it was just such a stark reminder that two things can be true at once, and I can disagree with both sides of this equation, and that's how I feel about it. So either way, I'm going to continue on with my day. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.